So y'all, I mentioned to you guys that I just got through moving. So there are some boxes and stuff in my background. So if you see some clutter back there, look, it is what it is, okay? I'm not finna get on here and pretend it ain't what it is, all right? So let's get into what I stumbled across on Instagram, okay? So the Shade Room just happened to post this picture that Ayesha Curry had posted of her family, right? So I'm going to show you guys the picture, okay? And I had to crack up laughing because this is a Nubian king and queen family. This is a blackness comes in all shapes. Blackness is diverse. This is a beautiful, you bitter, you black burnt roach. You think all black people gotta look like you type of family. This is the true image of blackness, according to y'all in my YouTube comments. Let's get into the reality of the fact this is not a black family. And a lot of you all sit here and pretend that it is because you pretend that anything that is not completely white is black, but there's absolutely no way. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna say the facts, okay? This is not how black people look. Y'all are gonna be mad. Y'all are gonna be in the comments like, oh, you think all black people gotta look like you? Not all black people was burnt crispy roaches like you. Like, literally, y'all insults in defense of non-black people be rooted in anti-blackness against actual black features. Y'all will sit there and say blackness is so diverse and not everybody has to look like a black, burnt, crispy, big lip, wide nose, baboon breathing bitch. But it's like you kind of just insulted the actual black features in defense of non-black features. Like what? But that gets us to the actual point. All of this is rooted in anti-blackness. All of this is rooted in the belief that whiteness is better than black. And that's why you all sit here and you go so hard to pretend that people who are clearly a hefty percentage white are actually black, because this is what you wish blackness looked like. Let's be honest. Let's be serious with ourselves. You cannot stand how blackness actually looks, so you pretend that people like this are actually the image of blackness because that's what you wish it was. Let's be honest with ourselves and let's think about this logically, right? Let's pretend that I had a child with a white man, okay? Do you think that my child will come out looking straight up like me with dark skin and a wide nose and big lips and nappy hair? Probably not, right? Do you think that my child will look straight up like the father, right? With white skin, straight hair, whatever. Probably not. Most likely my child is going to look like an intermediate between the two of us, right? The child is probably going to have like some yellowish skin color, like maybe some kind of loosely curled or wavy hair or something. It's most likely going to have intermediate features between the black features and the white features, right? We can acknowledge that biracial child would not look like the black parent under most circumstances, right? And we can acknowledge that those features that biracial child has is because of their significant amount of non-blackness, right? But then you all will turn around and say that blackness is diverse and that those features are black features and so and so and so and yada, yada, yada. Is this all not directly contradictory? Now, this is the doozy. This is where it gets even more confusing, right? Let's pretend that biracial child went and had a child with another biracial person, right? Let's pretend both of these people had a black parent and a white parent, and they got together and they had a kid, right? Now, more than likely, their kid is going to look something like them. Their kid is going to look biracial, right? Because their kid is biracial, has two biracial parents, okay? But you all will sit here and be like, oh, that child ain't got a white parent, so that child is black. Even though the child doesn't have a black parent either, it has two biracial parents, right? But you all will sit here and pretend that is a black child and that those are black features and yada, 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 and so and so and so. Are we kind of getting my point here, right? Because let's look at Steph Curry and Ayesha Curry. Those are two biracial people. And let's look at these kids, especially that one Steph Curry is holding. Baby, them kids is not black. But you all will sit here and really type a whole paragraph. Oh, that's the diversity of blackness. The Eve gene. We kings and queens can have any type of kid. Like, come on, y'all. Can we be honest with ourselves? Like, at some point, we just have to face reality for what it is. These are not black people. These are not black features. This is not a black family. And we have to ask ourselves a question. Why are you all going so hard to pretend that it is? Come on now. I made a video months ago, and if I can remember what it was called, I'll put the title to it up here, right? there was this woman, right? First of all, you could look at her and tell that she was not black. She was visibly biracial. Like, you could clearly look at her and tell, right? And before y'all sit here like, well, how do you know that? The same way you can look at Miley Cyrus and tell she white. The same way you can look at me and tell I'm black. You don't need to, like, what? Like, y'all be acting so stupid about this. Y'all will sit here and pretend, oh, how you know that person not black? Because I looked at them the same way you did and you know they're not black either. Like, what? But anyway, you could tell she was visibly non-black, okay? She looked like she would fit right in with the Curry family, okay? So she made a video with her DNA ancestry results, right? And her DNA ancestry results were literally half white. Literally, she was like 50 or 51% white. But in the video, she was calling herself black. And she even said, golly gee willikers, I have 2 black parents, 4 black grandparents, so and so and so. Huh? How you got 2 black parents, 4 black grandparents, 8 black whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you half white though. That doesn't make sense. What you actually have is 2 biracial parents, 4 biracial grandparents, 8 biracial great grandparents, etc., 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 that you all are calling black, right? Now, let's get back to the example where I said if I had a child with a white man, right? You all would sit there and you would call that child black, even though it's clearly not, right? And then you all would especially call that child's offspring black, because then you could technically say, oh, well, yeah, they ain't got a white parent, cause you know both the parents biracial, so yeah, they're black. So then we end up with these people, like this woman in this video I'm talking about, and like the Currys, right, who are mixed over generations and generations and generations, but you all pretend that they're black though. Now, we already know what the comments is gonna be. Oh my God, I already see the response videos coming. I already see the comments. Flowers, how we're just jealous of us biracial exoticals, us so and so and so. Oh my God, save it, bitch. I don't know what it is about y'all and trying to pretend that black women are jealous of y'all, but let's get to the root cause of that as well, right? I actually posted a little video about this recently. I'll put the link to that video up here, right? But I was like, I always get comments from biracial women, white women, Asian women, whoever, right, saying that I'm jealous of them, but I never get comments from African women saying that, or like Caribbean women saying that, right? And I'm talking about black Africans and black Caribbeans, not the mixed up ones like the Horners and the Douglas or whatever y'all call the Caribbeans that's mixed with Indian, right? The black Africans and black Caribbeans never come to my YouTube channel talking about, oh, Flowers Tower just jealous of us, so and so and so. But the biracial women, the white women, the Asian women, the whoever, all of them stay on my channel with that. Ain't that peculiar? Ain't that kind of strange, right? Because I make videos addressing all of these groups of people, right? And all of them come to my channel disagreeing with me and talking they shit because they feel attacked or whatever, right? But you notice only specific groups call me jealous, huh? Hold up now, because I feel like there's something anti-black about that. Y'all know good and fucking well the reason that y'all insist that Flower Tower and other black women, right, okay, the reason y'all insist that we're jealous of you all is because you understand the privilege that comes with your proximity to whiteness. Ooh, hold up, because I'm eating hoes, eating bitches like fried tofu. Hold up. Look, because this is going to explain to us exactly why these multi-generationally mixed families exist, right? So let's go back to the slavery days. Right? When white enslaved men were raping enslaved black women and biracial children were created, right? When these biracial children were born, look, I ain't mad at them because I'd have been on the same float. Of course, they were like, oh, we should not be slaves because we are not black, right? We have a white parent. We should not be enslaved. Look, that's the sensible thing to do because who the hell want to be a slave, right? But white people came up with this idea, well, one drop of black makes you black. It's so inferior, so nasty, so, you know what I'm saying? That one drop of it pollutes you, therefore you will be considered black, right? So they pushed these people into the black community, right? But within the black community, there became a hierarchy. You ever notice how the first black of like everything is very rarely a black person? It's usually a biracial. Ain't that peculiar? That's a little bit odd. That's a little bit strange. Like, you know, the biggest example, the you know, most recent example, right? The first black president had a white mama. Huh? Like, the math not mathing. But it doesn't stop there. It doesn't start there. It doesn't stop there, right? When you look at these first blacks of so many different things, they're usually half white or even more, right? They might be a straight up white person that you all are just calling black, right? Like due to the one drop rule. They could be like an octoroon or something, 7/8 white, and y'all will say, oh, that's the first black so-and-so, right? Ain't that kind of peculiar? Ain't that kind of strange, right? You all notice that your proximity to whiteness affords you so much privilege over actual black people. That's why you all are pushed into higher places. The first black president, the first black so-and-so, they all happen to be biracial, right? And then we get to ignore the plight that actual black people still go through. Because to this day and time, there has not been a black president, right? But we can pretend that there has, right? We can pretend that there has because we're calling the first biracial president a black person, right? So we can sit here and we can oppress black people in this new way. The new acceptable form of black people is non-black people, right? So we're still oppressing black people. There still hasn't been a black president, right? But we'll sit here and say that this person whose mama is white was the first black president, so we could say, nigga, shut up when they complain, right? These biracials are becoming the acceptable form of blackness. Ain't that about a blip? The new acceptable form of blackness is non-black people, quite literally, wherever you look at, right? Like I saw a woman who was, I wouldn't even call her a biracial. I don't think she was like even half black. She looked like a mestiza Hispanic or something, like maybe 30 or 40% black, and that's being very generous, right? She posted talking about, oh, whenever I feel discouraged in school, I remember that there needs to be more black social workers. I said, girl, what is you going to school going to do to, what is you going to school going to do to fix that problem? Because you're not black. You're not black, right? But this brings up an issue. This brings up an actual issue, right? There's a shortage of black social workers, in this example. And now we have a non-black woman who's pretending to be black talking about, yeah, I'm going to increase the number of black social workers. And guess what? The number of black social workers still has not increased because this woman is not black. But now on paper, we can say that it has. We can say, hey, we're not oppressing black people anymore because we're letting this non-black person who calls themselves black into school. So yeah, black people aren't oppressed anymore. Meanwhile, actual black people still don't have what we need. Meanwhile, actual black people still can't get into these social work programs because we're still facing oppression that these non-black people who are pretending to be black are not. I'm not going to hold y'all. I be having to give white people their props because, baby, when it comes to like this diabolical shit, they be doing the damn thing. Like, baby, they really playing chess out here. Like, we not even playing checkers. Black people are not even playing checkers. We out here playing motherfucking tic-tac-toe or some shit, and white people is playing chess real motherfucking bad, bitch. And when I say real bad, I mean bad as in good, okay? Let me make that very fucking clear, okay? White people have created this whole system that oppresses black people and keeps us at the bottom, right? And when black people complained about it, white people said, okay, well, you know what? Well, since blackness is so dirty and inferior, this white person who will call it black, because they have a drop of black, right? Well, this person, they got A, B, C, and X, Y, Z, so that means black people aren't oppressed, right? And black people ate all this shit up. They was like, oh, yeah, that white person is a black person. Yeah, I guess we are not that oppressed. Like, that's the crazy part about all this. It's the fact that black people look at this and they're like, yeah, the Currys are black people. Yeah, yeah, Barack Obama's a black man, so and so and so. That's the craziest part of this. It's the fact that you all completely go for this, right? It's the fact that you all have completely been brainwashed. When I tell y'all white supremacy really did a number on black people, it's crazy, bro.